What's up guys, welcome to the video. I'm Lindsay Rago, and if you clicked on this, then you are excited and interested to hear how you start training your legs and how to get those either built legs or built booty or like whatever it is that you are looking for. There's 3 goals that I had in mind when I was creating this video. So first of all, I want to bust through the mindset that you want to walk into the gym and do lightweight, body weight, banded movements, fancy movements to get the legs that you want. We'll go over that more when we start the video. Second, I want to break down what you actually need to do when you're trying to train your legs. It's not just quads, it's not just squats, it's glutes, hamstrings, quads, calves, everything. And then third, I want to go through an overall structure that you guys can use when you're creating your perfect leg day. I'm going to give you guys my core staple exercises, proper form, all the tips and tricks, and make sure that you guys can set up your first structured leg day. Let's get to goals. So we're at Golds, and like I was talking about in the intro clip before, the goals of this video are to go over the mindset when it comes to training, first of all, because I think most girls want to just kind of get in the gym, get toned, get tight, whatever that means, and that usually ends up constituting to lightweight, high reps, not very heavy or focused because they don't want to get bulky. And honestly girls, first things first, you're not going to get bulky by doing any of these movements. We're going to go over power movements, lighter weight movements, banded movements, and all of these things are going to constitute to a really great physique, great legs. This is how you actually get the body that you want. And the second thing that we want to go through is just giving you an overall structure. So personally, I end up doing 3 leg days a week, 1 quad focus, 1 hamstring focus, and 1 glute focus. But for you, we're going to do it all in one so that you can take this video, take the exercises that I give you, which is the third piece, and actually create your first initial structure for your leg day. So this is going to be great, and we're going to get into it. Let's go. First exercise. Okay, so first we're going to go over quads, because the leg exercises are broken up into quads, hamstrings, and glutes, and then calves. We all have to train calves. But my key component for training quads is going to be squats. So I know that a lot of people like to say that this is more glute focused, more quad focused. I really use this as a staple to develop my quads, and that's what gives you guys one of the movements that gives you like the cuts when you're talking about your quads and that like toned or athletic look to you. So with the squat, you want to get the barbell right on your traps. You're gonna have it comfy there. Don't use a pad if you can avoid it. Try to just set it right on your traps, and then when you squat, you're gonna go below parallel. So a lot of people will just do these tiny little squat movements, and they're not gonna hit any other parts of their legs, because squats do hit everything if you do them properly. So you're going to want to keep your chest up, keep your spine neutral when you squat down like you guys saw. My feet are just about hips distance apart, toes pointed a little bit out so I can engage those glutes. Push your knees out, don't let them buckle in, and that's going to hit everything. Next movement is going to be one for your hamstrings. It's going to be a stiff-legged deadlift or Romanian deadlift, depends on the bend in your knees, but you guys will see, so let's go. So when you guys do a stiff-legged deadlift, I see a lot of girls just bending over and standing up. That is not the way to hit your hamstrings and your glutes. So I'm going to show you guys the proper movement when I do my set. Things to remember: hinge your hips back and you're going to push into your glutes. So you're going to keep your legs fairly straight, a tiny little bend, and then you're going to fire up your glutes and hamstrings when you feel that stretch. So you don't have to go all the way to the ground. So watch this set, and if I have any more notes, I'll give them to you after.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire, but it's no use, 'cause you can't stop.
You guys can do these with dumbbells or a straight bar or a barbell. Anything works, but just that core movement is what is key to this. isolation movements that most people do in general, but that I want to actually show you guys because I see them done wrong often. So we're going to start with leg extensions. Focus on the quads. You're going to focus on the flex of your quads, so you're not going to let your butt come in and out of the seat. And the first few reps I'll show you how people do that, but then watch as I glue myself to the seat and really focus on that extension and squeezing my quads. Because if you just push the weight, you're going to hurt your knees and you're not going to develop your quads. So this is how we actually do movements. So with lying hamstring curls, you're going to hit your glutes and your hamstrings. There's lots of different variations that you can use. Basics, overall, this is how we do the hamstring curl. So things to remember, keep your pelvis glued to the pad. Try to squeeze your glutes before you start moving. Otherwise, your lower back will start curling up and you'll feel that right away. So if you squeeze your glutes before you start and then execute the movement, you're gonna feel it light up your hamstrings and your glutes will hurt and burn too. So I'm not gonna even lie to you guys, I don't like hip thrusts, but they are excellent for training your glutes and for really isolating your glutes. So if you guys are only feeling these, if you've done them before, if you're only feeling them in your quads or your hamstrings, you're either going too heavy or your foot placement's off. I'm gonna do these without a band. If you add a band around your knees and push your knees out, that makes this movement way more intense and more advanced, and it's awesome. I'm doing them on a Smith machine. You can do them with a barbell, but likely you're gonna need a pad or something squishy to prevent from having any bruises over here. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna slide under. I'm gonna have the bar just above or at my pelvis hip bones, and I'm gonna sink to the bottom, and then I'm gonna push through my heels and squeeze my glutes to the top. So the top movement, if you can really squeeze your glutes, that's what's gonna keep you the tension there and not in other parts of your leg. So you're also gonna want to have your shins perpendicular to the ground. To hit these on the Smith machine because I can really focus on the range of motion, the contraction, and ultimately focusing on my glutes only. If you use them on a barbell, you see a lot of people going way too heavy, and honestly, if you control the movement and you go really slow to the bottom and squeeze to the top and hold it, you're not going to need to start off with a lot of weight. I still do these with a plate on each side and then I slowly build up, maybe to 2 plates max, but that's after 2 years of training. So take it at your pace and really focus on the contraction. That's what's gonna grow your glutes. So we got one more super common movement. I bet you can guess what it is, but I'm gonna show you the right way to do it. The abduction machine. You'll see girls on Instagram and Pinterest doing this 18 million different ways, and granted, most of those are effective, but I'm going to show you the key ones to hit different angles, because you have your glute maximus, your glute medius, and your glute minimus. And I did get a question from someone named Nicola, and she wanted to talk about hip dips. So if you're underdeveloped in parts of your glutes, that's what's going to happen, is you're going to have that dip here. So if you develop all angles of your glutes, then you're not going to have those hip dips. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you 3 different angles that I really like to use to hit the different angles and parts of my glutes. So I'll lean forward, I'll lean back and arch my back, and then I'll come straight on with a different tilt. Notice the tilt in my pelvis change. So guys, we are done. This was the beginner leg workout, so you guys can take this exactly and hit about 3 to 4 sets of each, maybe 12 to 15 reps for instance. Your rep range will change depending on how intensely you train, how heavy you train, but if you're just starting out, these are your guidelines. Take all these movements, we hit quads, we hit hamstrings separately, and then we hit them together with glutes. So take this template, remember, get in the gym and be intense. Lift as heavy as your body lets you. You have to work up to it, but don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to put weight on. Don't just be using the band or your body weight. Really start utilizing the machines and the weights. You will actually develop the physique and the body that you want. Please like this video if you enjoyed this, if it was helpful, or if it busted any myths or blew your mind, let me know. Lastly, hit the subscribe button. I really appreciate your love and support, and if you'd follow on this journey with me. So, thank you guys for watching, and I love you.